Hey guys, in this video I'm going to teach you everything you need to know to get started writing code in JavaScript. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. If you wouldn't mind, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. One like equals one prayer for the YouTube algorithm. Alright, let's get started everybody. What the heck is JavaScript? JavaScript is a web-based interpreted programming language that's used to add interactive behavior to web pages, build web and mobile applications, to create command line tools, and for game development. I like games. Here are some important notes before we get started. JavaScript is not the same as Java, even though they share the same name. Both languages were developed around the same time. Now, knowing HTML and CSS is helpful, but not necessary, at least until we near the end of this series, where we begin working extensively with the DOM, the Document Object Model. Hey, if you're interested, I do have a 1-hour full course on both of those subjects. What you'll need a web browser and a text editor. You'll need a web browser, well, because JavaScript runs in a web browser. I recommend using the latest version of Chrome, Firefox, Safari, Opera, whatever. Please do not use Internet Explorer. I also recommend a text editor. A few popular text editors include, but are not limited to, Visual Studio Code, Sublime Text, Replit, which is an online text editor, or Notepad if you want to torture yourself. In this series, I'll be using Google Chrome as my web browser and Visual Studio Code for my text editor. If you would like to download Visual Studio Code, I'll show you how. To download Visual Studio Code, head to this URL, code.visualstudio.com. Look for this blue drop-down menu, then download the latest stable version for your operating system. I'm running Windows, I will install this for Windows. Then your download should start automatically. If it doesn't, you can hit this big blue button. Then I'm just going to go ahead and open this. Accept the license agreement. Yes, I actually did read it that fast. If you would like, you can create a desktop icon. Next, install. We might as well go ahead and launch VS Code now. Within VS Code, the first thing I recommend doing is downloading the live server extension. Let's go over to the left navigation bar, go to extensions, then look up live server. Then we're going to click on this. Let's pretend that this wasn't already installed. Then click install. What live server does is that every time that you save your JavaScript file, it will update your current web browser right away to reflect any changes. It's a helpful development tool. We're going to create a new folder to hold all of our files. I'm going to go to Open Folder. I'm going to create a new folder on my desktop. I'm going to right-click, go to New, Folder. I'll name this Website. Click Website, select Folder. There we go. Now let's create a new JavaScript file. Go to New File. I'll name this file index.js. Be sure to get that extension, JS, because, well, that's a JavaScript file. I'm also going to create an HTML file, index.html. On a website, this would be the landing page. Then a CSS style sheet, which I will name style.css. Okay, we have our three files, index.javascript file, our index.html file, then our CSS style sheet. We'll need HTML skeleton code to work with. So within your HTML file, if you type ! then hit tab, that will generate some sample text to be used to create a web page. We'll want to take care of this early. Let's link our CSS style sheet. Within the head tags of my HTML document, I'm going to create a link tag. Link, take the rel attribute, set this equal to style sheet. The next attribute is href. Set this equal to your CSS style sheet, style.css. So our style sheet is now linked to our HTML file. Then we need to link our JavaScript file to our HTML file. Within the body of my HTML document, I'm going to create a pair of script tags. Script, that's the opening tag, then / script to close it. Within the opening script tag, I will set the source attribute equal to the name of my JavaScript file. Mine is index.js. Then be sure to save everything. To save myself from potential future headaches, I tend to save all 3 files. To display output from our JavaScript file, we'll need to open up a web browser. An easy way to do that would be to go to Explore, right-click on your HTML file, open with Live Server. I now have this window to work with. This window is a representation of my HTML file. When coding with JavaScript, I like to place my browser window and VS Code right next to each other, kind of like this. To access our console, which we can use to display output, I'm going to right-click within my window, go to Inspect, click on these arrows, then go to Console, and then just save. Any output within my JavaScript file will go to my console. To display some output, we can type console.log, then a set of parentheses. Typically with programming, you end a statement with a semicolon. It's like the punctuation at the end of a sentence. It's optional to add a semicolon to the end of a statement, but in nearly all programming languages besides Python, to end a statement, you need a semicolon. I type it in just as a force of habit, but it would still work regardless. Now let's type something. Let's type some output to the console window. This can be either within single quotes or double quotes. Let's say something. I like some food you like. Pizza. I do have that live server extension set up. When I save, that will update my web browser. Within my console, we have this statement that I made. I like pizza. If I would like to print another statement, I can again type console.log. Then within either single quotes or double quotes, I can say something else. It's really good. I like pizza. It's really good. You can also create an alert box by typing window.alert within the parentheses, within a set of quotes. What would we like to say? I really love pizza. Alert will create a pop-up. I really love pizza. There's also comments. To create a comment, you use 2 forward slashes. Comments are ignored by the interpreter. This is a comment. Usually comments are used for notes for yourself or for other developers. You could also write a multiline comment by typing /**. Wherever you would like your comment to end, you would type */ again. This is a multi-line comment. All right, everybody, that is a quick introduction to JavaScript. And in the next topic, we'll discuss variables. All right, everybody, that's a quick introduction to JavaScript. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, let me know by smashing that like button, leave a random comment down below, and subscribe if you'd like to become a fellow bro.